Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Cheapskate Coins video. Got a fresh box of pennies. Checked them all. Found one with an ender. You can see that. That's a weedy ender. Alright, as I usually do, I'm going to go through the first roll on camera. Then I'll do the rest off camera and come back with a recap to show what I found. For anybody who's new to coin collecting and coin roll hunting, when you're looking at pennies, you want to look for, first you want to look for wheats, and if you get super lucky you might find an Indian. I pulled 2009s, and any of them that are in good shape I keep. 2017 Ps I look for. You want to look for, you know, any kind of errors and varieties, so that's your double dies and your RPMs and all that kind of thing. You can look for things like die cracks and die chips. Alright, say 58 Denver, so pretty common to find 40s and 50s. Sometimes you get lucky, you'll find 30s, 20s, and even, you know, I've even pulled out a 1909 before. So there's also, if you find any 92s, you want to check the, where it says America on the back. You want to look for what's called a close AM. That's where the A and the M would be touching. You can see my hands. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So they'd be touching. And then the opposite, for 98, 99, and 2000, you're looking for wide AMs. So you want it to be not touching. You want there to be a gap. If you find those are good scores. And of course I also just look for anything that's in, you know, really good condition. So just flipping through these, seeing if there's anything interesting. Oops. Then I'll go back through it, you know, more closely under magnification and everything. One thing I am going to be watching out for now is I'm going to be watching out for 2020s, because at some point before too much longer those should be popping up. So definitely want to get them early before they've had a lot of time to get, you know, banged up and scratched up and get stuck to chewing gum and, you know, everything else that happens to coins. Kind of wondering how long it's going to take before, you know, now we got the shield sense. We've had them since 2010. I'm kind of wondering how long it's going to take before the memorials become the new wheats and the wheats become the new Indians. And then getting an Indian becomes as rare as finding a flying eagle. Alright, that's a 2000 Denver, so we want to check the America on that one. Let me look at it under magnifying real quick. My eyes are not good enough to see that tiny thing from a distance. Oh, that is not a wide AM. A lot of people have good luck finding wide AMs. I've never found one yet. But hopefully, eventually I will. It'd be nice to have one. and to be able to just say, hey, I finally found one. Excuse me. Didn't mean to cough in your ear. Three. Alright, so my average when I do a box of pennies, I usually get about 12 wheat cents from varying dates. Usually get anywhere between 10 and 20 on the 2009s. I usually get 2 Canadian cents out of a box. I usually get 2, maybe 3 of the 17p's. Now in 82s, if you get the 82 Denver, you want to check it to see if it's the large date or the small date. For me, the easy way to tell is on the 2. If you picture you got a 2 here, so you got the the hoop, and then it goes to the bottom line. This part right here, on the bottom of the 2, will be fatter than the top. That's the large date. The small date, the top curve part, and the top of the neck coming down will be fatter than the bottom part. And the reason you want to keep an eye out for that, and you want it to be the copper. There's 2 kinds of cents for the 82s. There's copper plated zinc, that's what the new coins are made out of. And then there's the old copper bronze planches, which are what anything before 82 was made out of. So if you can find the 82 small date copper, only 3 of those have ever been found. And that's what I like to call, pretty much a down payment on a house coin. They are worth a lot of money. You definitely want to keep an eye out for those. Other big ones you want to watch out for. You want to watch out if you find an 83. You want to watch out for doubling on the back. That's the side with the memorial building, or the reverse, as it's called in the coin world. That'll be the obverse is the face, the reverse is the shield, or the wheat ears, or the memorial. So if you find an 83 and it's got doubling on the reverse, that's about an $800 coin if it's in decent shape. 69 San Francisco, if the obverse, the side with Lincoln on it, if everything looks doubled, that is a big money coin as well. And if you're new to the hobby, you're going to want to make sure that you can tell the difference between actual die doubling and machine doubling, or die deterioration. You're going to have some of them that are going to, until you learn what you're looking for, some of them are going to try and trick you up to make you think you have something and you don't. So you want to make sure you learn the difference between those. And there's lots of videos out there and references out there on how to learn and how to tell the difference. The main difference I tell everyone is if it's going to be a true doubling, then you'll have actual doubling. Like, say this is what you're looking at. You're gonna see double serifs. So the edge is going to be clearly double defined on the corners. Even if it's a super close one, sometimes it's so close you got to use heavy magnification. But that's basically what you're looking for. The other thing is, say these pennies are the raised portions, or the devices as they're called. If they're doubled, both the original and the double are going to be the same thickness. So it's going to be like that. Sometimes you'll have the machine doubling or shelf doubling, some people call it, where you're going to have your normal device and you're going to have a flat, shelfy bit coming off of it. That is machine doubling. That's not true doubling. And then you also have die deterioration, which can trick people up, making you think that it's doubling, and that's just where the metal in the die has started to wear out. So if you have, you have a curved section inside of a die, so when it comes down and stamps, the metal fills into there, and that creates the raised device. You can have it where it wears, so instead of being like that, it's more like that. So you'll have these bits, instead of it being a straight line, you'll have a curve or a slant, and of course, so it fills that in with metal when it comes down and hits. So that can create almost an illusion of doubling. The way that you'll be able to tell on those is, remember I said you want to look for double serifs? There won't be. It'll be perfectly aligned. And so if you see that, you know it's because it was sloping down. It's not true doubling, if that makes sense. So alright, we got a weedy out of this one. So I will go through the rest of the box. I will see what we've got, and then I will come back and do a recap. And thanks to the power of editing, that will happen in about 2 seconds. Alright, here's our penny box wrap up. So out of 2,500 pennies, what did we find? So these pennies right here these are all the ones that they're just, they're in good enough condition that we're going to hang on to them. These are all pretty much still have managed to survive as BUs. These are your 2009s. We won't keep them all. Some of them are kind of grungy. But I like to pull all of them just so you can kind of get an idea of ratio. And, 2,500 pennies, you got, what, 15 of them were 2009s. So you got your early childhoods, your formative years, your professional lives, and then the ones that are always the hardest to get, the presidencies, only one out of that whole box. Alright, then over here is our wheat cents. Low wheat count for this box. Usually we average about 12. This one only had 6. But we did get one oldie. These are, 40s and 50s, as usual. We did get one oldie. It was a 1915 plain date. So not a rare date, but still an oldie, so that's cool. 2017 peas. We always pull these out. The 2017, for those of you that don't know, was the only year that the P mint mark was ever put on the pennies, and it's supposed to be the only year they're ever going to. So these are pulling a premium because of that. And then we did get 2 Canadian cents out of that box. That's about average for a box. It's usually 2 Canadians per box. Sometimes we'll get a little bit more. And then these 4 up here these are like the toner coins, the rainbow coins. The ones that have really cool coloring on them that we like to hang on to. And oops, I had 2 more of those. There we go. So we actually had 6 of those. So those will go into our toner collection. And varieties, I only got 1 variety out of this box. I do have a couple more I'm still looking into to see if they are or not. But this is a 1966, and it's got the cracked skull. So it's got the die crack along the head. A lot of the 60s had those. So nothing major, just cracked skull for actually a year. We didn't have a cracked skull for yet, so kind of a neat little find. So I always like to, you know, no matter how good or how bad a box is, I like to show you what was in it, because I want you guys to get a genuine feel of what to expect when you go into a, you know, hunting a full box of pennies, of the different range of things that you can find. You know, some of the boxes are going to be really good, and then others are, you know, you're not going to find much of anything. Maybe a small handful, and that's it. Typically, it's almost always under 50 cents face that you're going to end up keeping out of a box. So if you figure you go get a $25 box, you know, most banks want the coins to be pre-rolled again. So you're going to be depositing $24.50 back into the bank in most cases. Sometimes if you get a really good box, then, you know, maybe you'll be depositing $24 back. But, alright. So if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you're not already. We're working on getting to that 1,000 subscription mark. We're going to have a big giveaway when we hit the 1,000 mark. We do coin sales every Monday and Thursday, so come check us out for that. And if you have any questions or comments, do feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And until the next video, thank you for watching, and this is Cheapskate Coins, signing out.